Hey guys, this is my 31 Days of Tarot for day 29. The question is, how do you feel about tarot deck modification? Do you draw on your decks? Do you trim the borders? Or is it a no-go for you and why? So I love tarot deck modification. I'm one of the admins of Tarot with Scissors, a group on Facebook. I'm not very active in, but I definitely am all for modification, especially if it makes you use a deck you wouldn't have otherwise used, or love a deck that you weren't already loving, and um, helps you understand a deck that you just couldn't understand before. Um, Now, I'm a chicken and I will almost never trim a deck. Edging is different. I'll edge pretty much anything, but I will almost never trim a deck that is not mass market, only because I'm afraid of screwing it up. And I've done it tons of times, so it's not difficult, and it's not something um, that I've really ever screwed up a lot. Um, but I will only I'm a chicken, so I will only, if I spend a lot of money on a deck, I will not modify it. My favorite modification I have right here, I'll show you, is my Thoth tarot. The Thoth has these awful freaking borders, and also there's so many details in the cards that using a smaller version of the cards is impossible. I'm blind. You guys see these, right? Like, these are seriously Coke bottle thick. So I need the bigger cards, but the card size is too big in the green box Thoth deck, and the borders are freaking ugly. So I don't like them. But look at how much more beautiful they are when you take that nasty, nasty border off and you're just left with Frida's art. Like, just look at how much it just frees the image, and it makes it look so beautiful. And I think that a lot of the times with this deck, people think it's very harsh, and honestly, I don't think it has to do with the art. The art is gorgeous. It's those freaking borders that pigeonhole you. It's my favorite. They just pigeonhole you, and they're so disorienting, you know? And then once you cut them away, the deck just screams. It's so beautiful. So that's my favorite one. So I am all for tarot deck modification. I think that it is something that can really help you get into a deck. It can really help you understand it. Can really just free the images for you. And also, it really connects you to a deck. I know that there have been decks that I haven't loved, but then I've sat down to edge, and when you edge, or the way I do it anyway, I use like a Sharpie, or an art marker of some sort, and I edge every card. So I sit with that deck and I look at every card, and I usually do it while I'm watching television, but still, the image kind of imprints on your brain. And I'm spending time with that deck, and I'm spending time with the images, and so it makes me get into them a little bit more too. So if you haven't modified your decks, go ahead and try it. If you, especially the Thoth, go get yourself a green box Thoth and cut the borders off. I've seen them with the titles, and without the titles. I prefer it without, but with the titles too, the size of the card is lovely. It's very very easy to shuffle and all that stuff. And you know what? If you screw it up, it's like a $25 screw up. It's not that bad. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 30. Oh, we're almost done.